I'm Richard Lewis, reporting for cadred.org here at the Home Story Cup 5. And with me on my right is Nerchio, who we're going to talk to now. First question I want to ask you, how does being at a tournament like this help those famous nerves of yours? Because people have said that you've not performed well at other big events. So does coming to an event like this kind of help with those jitters?
Well, there is actually, first thing I should say is that I don't really agree with all those comments.
That was going to be my next question. We can make that the first if you like. Okay, people call you an onliner, but you disagree with that. How? Why?
Mainly because like every LAN I've been to, maybe I have, let's say, a number like 10. I've done quite well at every of them. I mean, I didn't win. Maybe there was one LAN I won, but it was pretty small. Except that I always, you know, top 8, maybe past 2 group stages or something like that. I don't find that like a bad results or anything like that. Okay. Obviously, I win more online, but it's mostly like small tournaments which are much easier to win. And actually, I'm not too nervous. I would say so. Okay. On like LANs, I think that interviews are much more nerve-wracking for me than playing, actually.
Well, I'll be gentle with you. Well, okay, if you don't think you're an onliner as such, why would you say you have maybe underperformed? Why do you think you don't win as much at LAN as you do in your ladder matches?
Yeah, as I said, it's just because the competition at LAN is much harder, and online you don't really meet that many Koreans. And the LAN I've been to, like, I lost to Puma, MC, and guys like that. So, and it's really hard to face Koreans if you didn't play many matches against them, because you're not prepared for the style they use.
Well, let's talk a bit about this event then, and what the event itself means to you. Do you feel yourself very relaxed here? I mean, you've said nerves aren't a factor, so you would be confident of doing quite well at this tournament, would you?
Yeah, I think I will do quite well. For now, I passed the first group stages. We'll see what group I will get next. But the thing that I mean, I play worse after I have a long time to wait before the matches. I mean, now I don't have free all day without playing, but let's say if tomorrow I have to play in the second part of the group stage in the evening, and I have, like, you know, 6 hours until the first group stage is finished, I'll probably have some problems getting into the first matches, because I usually like need the tournament mindset. So I usually, the first best of 3 I play is usually pretty bad for me.
In terms of your own team, I know you're kind of the jewel in the crown, you're the star player. A lot of people say your team is weaker now with the leaving of certain players, particularly Elfie. How does that affect you going into these team leagues, and do you agree with people that say the team is looking weak?
No, I wouldn't agree, certainly for now, after Scarlett joined Acer. But we also have strong players. Maybe, you know, they don't perform that well like every single tournament, but they for sure can do great results. Even the players that are, let's say, unknown for many people, like Paranoid, for example. He's a great player and he did well, like last Clan War against Mousesports, for example. And right now, like, we are playing mostly, you know, King of the Hill style, something like that, yeah, in the league. So it's, I would say, like, even the best players can do bad there, since it's only best of 1, and the weaker players can do well. So
in terms of how you think you're going to do here, you've already said you think you're going to do very well. Are there any players in particular you really don't want to play? Any players you'd kind of like to dodge? Because there are some big names here.
Well, in the past, I would say I would like to dodge all Protosses, but I've been doing a little bit better lately. So I would say for sure, like, Koreans, mainly MC, an MVP. I think I don't have to say why. And I'm not sure about like Yonghwa, because I didn't see him play, so I can't tell you if I'm afraid of him or not. But from people outside Korea, I don't think there is anybody that I'm particularly afraid of.
As a Polish player, have you got any thoughts in particular about the Ministry of Win?
Well, I visited the Ministry of Win like for a few days, and I really liked it because the conditions for the players are really nice, really great. But myself, I prefer like the conditions I have at home. Like I'm living alone, single room. But yeah, like if everything is taken care of for players, like food and they're driving them to the airport and stuff like that, and there's a coach that checks your lipids, see what to do bad, find some new strategies for you. It might be really good, but I don't think it will be as good as it is in Korea.
So is it something you think you might get more involved with in the future, or I mean, is it something that, while impressive, you prefer to do things kind of on your own?
I mean, I would like them to succeed, but I don't think I will get involved too much in it, since I would have to go and live there to, let's say, promote the house, and I don't really find that interesting for me, since I prefer to stay at home. And if I went to the Ministry of Win, it would be at least 1 month. It's quite a long time for me, I think. And I perform better if I have like perfect conditions, which is not Ministry of Win for me.
The big talking point, what everyone's going on about, is Heart of the Swarm, how the update's going to change the current state of play, and what new strategies and tactics are going to emerge. Have you given any thought about this, and how do you think the update is going to impact on the competitive scene? Actually,
there is not even a beta for Heart of the Swarm, so I wasn't that interested in it. Mostly because there will still be a lot of changes. The mechanics of the different units will change a lot, like the damage output or maybe range, maybe spells. So it's really hard to judge. For sure there will be a lot of more strategies, and I like that because I like to switch my style a lot. I like to surprise my opponents, so that will be good for me. But I didn't look into it too much yet.
So final question, in terms of fans of Nerchio, I'm sure you've got lots, that's not a joke, I'm being serious. Do you have any plans in the immediate future that you would like to tell people about? What tournaments are you going to be competing at next, and where could people follow you if they wanted to?
Well, I'm not sure like how many LANs will be in the future, but I'll attend most of them, let's say. Maybe less in USA. I might go to MLG because I qualified, but obviously if I get visa on time, which might be a little bit hard, except that I might stream in the future, not sure yet, not sure when yet, and I will probably make a Twitter since I don't have one.
Why are you so behind on this social media stuff? I gotta ask, because I'm putting that out there with that question deliberately to make you say that you don't do these things. I've been a bit naughty and led you down this alley, like interviewers do. But why don't you do that? Why are you so disinterested in it? Is it just because you don't care, or is it because you don't believe people would care more?
I'm actually not sure how to say that. I mean, I'm not really kind of person that likes to promote myself, left and right. If people really want to see me, I play a lot of tournaments. So basically, like 50% of the tournaments you open on Team Liquid, I will be there. So I don't really feel that I need to, spam on Twitter that I play this on this hour, every hour, and stuff like that. And probably if I create Twitter, like I will not use it probably except announcing when I'm going to stream.
But Acer and people like that must want you to do these things. Have your sponsors ever talked to you and said, please, could you start doing this?
Well, there's also a reason why I'm probably creating Twitter is that Acer wants me a little bit too. But I joined Acer because I don't like to be forced to do things. That's why, even if I didn't want to make a Twitter, I wouldn't have to do that. And that's why I love Acer.
Well, that's great. Look, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I hope you have a much better time out here than you have at some other tournaments, and you do get to dodge those Koreans until the final. So thanks for talking to us. To all the people out there at Kared.org, do stay tuned to our website. We're going to have more video interviews like this one from the Home Story Cup 5 here in Krefeld.